it's an amazing weekend, and this is the part 2 of our seminar, Unlocking Your Future with 100% funded opportunities in the USA. So in here, I have one of my resource person, Amarachi Nacho. I'm expecting Favor to jump in on this call as we move along. So let's move on. Last time we discussed several issues. We talked about how you guys chose your course, okay? We also discussed about the help you got along the line. We also talked about, aside the PhD in chemistry, are there other funded opportunities out there? The few persons I see on this call, they are chemists. Once you do your bachelor's, you are qualified to be called a chemist, right? So they are chemists. Some of them are furthering already their masters. Some they've done PhD. They are thinking of finding better opportunities out there. But not, so like we said last week, it's not just about chemistry. It cuts across other fields. So we also discussed a little bit about how do you approach the issue of emailing your professors. Okay, what are the techniques you need to do to apply to email them correctly to get their attention? Then we spent a little minute discussing about recommendation letters, where we got to the point where I learned that some people charge write recommendation letters. As crazy as it might sound, but that is the truth of the matter now, and where we found ourselves. So these are the things we cover. We also, if I remember clearly, we talked about, do I need the GRE? Do I need TOEFL and all that? We answered those questions and we said, no, you don't technically need all these exams. You can get a proof of English language from your school and you move on. So these are a few things that stood out for me personally on that last call. So, but today we are moving on to, asking other deep questions that will help us to bring these things together. Like we said, this is the part 2 and the final one for this, at least for a few weeks or a few months going forward. We'll jump into the issue with Canada and we'll continue from there. So as a starter, Amarachi, okay, so I'm just curious to know, looking back, you did your bachelor's in Nigeria, and now you're doing your PhD in Missouri, USA.
Yeah.
Now, what can you pinpoint as, technically speaking, what is the difference? Like the study pattern, is it more challenging over there? Or is it like you have all the resources for you to succeed, or it is difficult? I mean, I need to know, comparatively, the study life in Nigeria and that you're experiencing now, how do you differentiate the two?
Well, first off, I would say that you will definitely have all the resources you need to succeed. For me, because you have access to the library, you have access to database. Before now, I'm unable to access ACS database and other database. You have to pay and all. But whatever database you want to go in with your school ID or your school email and all, you have access. The school has already paid for you. You just have to just log in and get whatever information you want from those databases. Okay. So, but then I would equally say that studying here is, I sent you a message that I was like, PhD stuff on you.
PhD is up for the week.
Studying here is more challenging. This is my first semester and I'm offering just 2 courses. One is organic, the other is inorganic. But
wait a minute. In one semester, you are offering just 2 courses, right?
Yes, gradable courses. Yeah, I'm supposed to offer 9 hours. Okay. That is what the department is paying for. Yeah, but out of that 9 hours, 6 hours is gradable. The other 3 is seminar and research. I just have to sit in class, listen to professors speak about their research topics, and it's just my attendance that those other ones need.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they still grade you, and it counts.
Yes, it counts. Of course, it counts. Yeah. So for the 2 other courses, I have to take home assignments. But the amazing thing is, they want you to really know these things. They don't want you to just go and and copy and cram it. You get?
Like we say, la cram la pour, right?
Like my organic chemistry, he gives you an assignment. He tells you it's your homework. He always tell you, do it the way you can. It's your homework. It's not my homework. It's your homework. So you do the
Right.
first trial, you submit your assignment to him. He checks it, gives it back to you to go and recorrect the assignment.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you have done the first one, you bring it back, he would go through it, give it back to you, you go and redo it again before you submit. So if at all you want to really know this thing, it means you have an opportunity to try it twice. It's not that
Right.
it's time consuming. You probably have to spend like hours on an assignment. But if you want to know it, you have, and again, you are free to go to any lecturer to go and discuss the assignment, the homework. So I have this question. I don't even know where to start. He will start teaching you how to do your homework. He'll tell you it's your homework. So if you need help with your homework, come to my office hours and I will teach you how to do the homework. Because they always emphasize on the fact that it's your homework. If it comes to quiz or exams, that one is different. But when they are assignments for you to take home. In fact, my midterm exam, one of my midterm exam was take home.
Wow.
I took the exam back home. We did the exam, collaborated with other colleagues to do the exam, submitted it. He didn't even grade it. He went through it, gave us the exam back to go but it was like, anyone you fail, if you are going back now to redo it, you are getting half of the mark for that if you happen to get it correctly this time.
I see.
So they encourage students to actually, they don't want you to fail, but then they equally want you to do the work. So it's totally different from what I have back there in Nigeria.
It's interesting. It reminds me during my time in University of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, as a TA, that's what we call it, teaching assistant, right? You are mandated to have office hours. Yes, you go into the lab to help students, to teach them, but you still have that office hours for you to help them go through an assignment which you give. It's crazy, but it's crazy, but that's how it works. So, and that is very interesting. That is because you have that, the objective is not to make you fail, right?
Exactly.
The objective is to make you know it. And with knowing, the issue of passing is like a flash in the pan. It's definitely, once you know it, definitely you will pass. And that's also interesting to know, because one of the things I said I'll ask you is for you to just tell me that, we face cultural shock. We also face different kinds of shocks when we travel. Now, I was shocked when I experienced this thing you just said, that a professor will give you an assignment and you will go to maybe another professor or even same professor to guide you on how to.
When we started the
amazing.
The professor, what they normally do is they will tell you they have office hours so time, and they just sit there because they are mandated to be in the office at that time.
Exactly.
The students don't like coming for office hours. I should please utilize it.
Yes.
You can't solve your assignment. You have challenge with your assignment. Bring it. Let us solve it together.
True.
So,
it's worth experiencing. That's what I tell people. Even if, by all means, don't let it end in your locality. Try, by all means, experience something elsewhere. Even if it's not maybe America or all these big sounding countries, go elsewhere. Go to maybe related African countries. I have somebody on this call that's joining us from India. So he did something in Nigeria, even did a master's also in Nigeria, but he was waiting for scholarships in other, foreign countries. It didn't come up, but he got something in India. I told him, okay, if you think about it and it's good enough for you, well, if you can wait a while, maybe you get something better, right? But he decided to go with that. And he's doing well. But I'd like to know, when we talk about you moving from bachelor's to PhD, thank you guys. I see your questions in the comment section. We'll come to that soon. Please keep dropping those questions. Thank you. When you move from your bachelor's to your PhD, okay, is there a qualifying exam in between? for you to be able to go straight to doing your PhD? Did you sit for any qualifying exam or something like that? Some schools will tell you have to do a year remedial program, right? Before you can now move. So when
Oh, like
you,
you mean with my school?
yeah, with your school, yes.
Oh, okay. We wrote qualifying exam, ACS qualifying exam.
Okay.
But they will always tell you, even in the mail when they were sending this to us, that you shouldn't be scared of the exam. It's just to assess your strength, to know how they can actually build you, right? Because when we came and we wrote the exam, after all my reading, all my jacking, I was saying, hey, God, I'm writing this exam. I have to read and all. I didn't do well. So I had to go and meet the then department. I said, I failed this exam. They said, yes, that you're expected to fail it. What was I expecting?
Are you
That I'm supposed to fail the exam. Even the other graduates, when we came in and we keep asking them about this, they were like, "One another, they asked us, stop asking these questions. Go and just be there and write what you can write. But if it's whether you will fail, you will fail it. You probably
Really?
pass one or two. Yeah, we wrote organic, inorganic, physical, and analytical.
Wow.
So after that, now you are now to take these courses as qualifying course. Like the organic I'm taking now is a qualifier course. So I'm expected if I pass the exams at the end, I'm writing another ACS exam. So this one now I'm expected to do well. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, got it. So it's not that when you come in, you take that exam. Once you fail, you're out.
No, no.
True. Okay.
You're not going anywhere. You are here, you are here.
That's one of my worries. And
Yeah.
that's one of the things that when I interact with people, they'll say, hey, you have to write an exam. What if I fail? Do I just leave the program? Okay. So
No.
now we know it's not built for you to even pass one time. Even if you fail, you have opportunity to.
Yes. In fact, if you happen to still fail the organic again, you have 2 years to complete these 4 courses to write your qualifier.
Okay.
It's expected that by the end of 2 years, you should have written your qualifier or all the 4 qualifying exams. You should have passed all the 4 qualifying exams. Yeah.
Now, because we have people interested in different fields, do you know if it's the same for all programs?
It's not. Most of the departments don't even write qualifying exams. It's chemistry that writes ACS.
Why always chemistry?
At least I have a few friends that are here. I have in chemical engineering, there was no qualifier. Physics, there was no qualifier. So
what of
I've seen
mechanical?
computer science, no qualifying exam.
You
But
know about
chemistry writes
mechanical?
qualifying exam. No. Well, I know of mathematics. Mathematics, one guy I know in mathematics, I can't remember the school, but it's in Chicago. He wrote qualifying exams as well.
Okay, interesting. Okay, why I asked that because there's a question in the comment section that says, are there possible PhD courses for mechanical engineers in your university in Missouri? Courses
Yes.
Courses in energy and renewable.
Yes, my school has nuclear engineering, mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, even geophysics. I can't remember all, but I'm sure that if he checks the website, he will definitely find something that will suit him.
Okay. So the follow-up question I'll leave you for when you give us your final words. There's something he said, any guides. So I would like you to, have it at the back of your mind. This is waiting for you at the end. The person that has said any guides, okay? So I would like you to think about it as we move on so that at the end you tell him how you got what you got and how you can, do it. Now, I would like to know, when you get this offer, personally speaking, how long did it take you to move from just an offer to your study permit? Okay, let me go this way. In US, do they issue you study permit when you get an offer and you apply, or they just issue you the visa, then when you land at the point of entry, you get your study permit? How is it done?
I don't know what you mean by study permits, but I know that after my visa comes with 2 years it's a 2-year visa that is renewable after 2 years. So, and I was not given any other permit.
Okay, you are not given any other permit. That was it.
No.
Okay, and you got that while still in Nigeria, of course, right?
Yes. Yes, I got it from
Oh.
Abuja Embassy. Sorry, the US Embassy in Abuja.
So
So
when
it's a 2-year visa. Whenever it's expected, then you have your I-20, of course. So, but whenever you leave the country, that is when you are expected to have your visa renewed. But if you're within the US, your I-20 covers you for as long as you stay for the studies. But if you happen to travel to Nigeria after the 2 years, then you have to get a new visa
That's
with your
interesting.
I-20, of course. Yeah.
That's interesting to know. And the I-20, at what point? I'll ask you some questions just to clarify some issues. At what point do you get it? Does it come with the visa right away, or you have to apply for that one differently? How does it work?
Okay, it's the school that immediately the school sends you an admission letter, a congratulatory message telling you you've been admitted. The next thing is they expect you to accept the admission one way or the other. Some schools is just by clicking a link and saying I accept. Some schools will want you to pay enrollment fee. Like my school pays enrollment fee before you. It's a refundable enrollment fee. They just want to make sure that they are holding you, so that because you may be having multiple offers.
Right.
So
right.
yeah, so they expect you to pay a $300 enrollment fee. Immediately you pay the $300 enrollment fee, they issue your I-20. It's this I-20 that you can now use to go for visa interview and all.
Okay.
Even at your point of entry, I show you your visa and your I-20 to the officer.
Okay, that's a little variation we have between USA and Canada. Okay, it's the school that issues you the I-20 with which you will now approach the visa embassy for your visa, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? Okay, and that I-20 still remains valid as far as you are still in the US.
As far as your
That's studying, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And even if maybe your PhD is 5 years and you have a reason why you were not able to complete your research in 5 years, you could ask the school for an extension. So they will just issue an updated I-20 with an extended date.
Interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. There's a question here. Okay, someone is asking. We'll get to this question so that we'll finish what we have. Then during the Q&A section, thank you guys for those questions. So please so much. Now I would like to know, on the average, I know you are studying 100% funded. But thank you. On the average, what would you have paid? How much would you have paid to do this program now?
Per semester is around 12,000 US dollar here in my school. Yeah.
And like how many semesters in all do you have?
It's 5 years, so 10 semesters.
10 semesters each. Okay. Okay. So 12,000 times. Somebody said, Joey, 12,000. So I guess that's
even with the fully funded, I would want to chip in. You still have to pay for my school, and for most of the schools, I heard some schools have removed that though. You still have to pay for your insurance. Health insurance fee.
Absolutely, yeah. I was leaving that question for later.
Okay.
Those are the issues. We'll talk about the health issue. But since we are okay, Favor is here. Favor, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, Favor, welcome.
Welcome, Favor. Please turn on your camera and let's move on. Now, since we are talking about the health insurance, the chat section is bubbling. Thank you, guys. We'll come to those things in a jiffy. What is it like? Like, how much do you have to pay for health insurance? So, now, what is the figure like? How much are we looking like? Because let's be frank, most immigration and everything you talk about studies, money is involved. And the biggest challenges people face is the issue of finance. And that is why a lot of people are looking for scholarships. How much are we thinking of if you are looking at paying for health insurance? And do you pay it once? Is it one time yearly or you pay it per semester? How is it done, please?
Yeah, sure. My school is 1,700. 700 plus, but it's not up to 1,750. To be around 1,723. Yeah.
There about okay.
Yeah.
Is it one-time
For
payment or yearly
no,
or
a
first?
it's per semester and you don't have to pay once because they know that you're international students and you don't have money. So you can spread it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can spread it as much as you can within the semester. But the only little disadvantage about spreading it, but I don't think of it as a disadvantage because I don't have the money to pay once.
Yeah.
It's that the include a particular tax on the money. Is it, should I call it tax? Interest on the money, whatever amount that is left. And when they're sending it back for you the next
Interest.
month, there will be an interest on it, yeah. But it's negligible. So
Okay, it's what you can do, right?
yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't try to say what is the health facility like. We all know the difference.
Well, I apart from going there for my medicals, because I didn't do my medicals in Nigeria, I waited to come here first. The test that I was expected to do. I haven't gone there for any other health issue. So
Yeah, and I pray you don't even need to go there.
me too.
And the funny thing is that money is non-refundable, true or false?
No, it's not.
Whether you
It's
use it
not.
or
Whether
not,
you use it or
that's it.
not, it's not. It's
But
not
that is
refundable.
good you have it, just
Yeah.
in case. Favor, are you okay now with your network?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So for you, is it the same thing? Health insurance is what we are talking about now. Because along the line, you will need to pay for some health insurance if you're talking about US. Is this the same experience with you? What is your figure like?
Yeah, it's the same thing, like it's spread out through the months. Yeah.
Okay. All right, just a follow-up. Somebody is asking, can one be allowed to do medicals over here in Nigeria instead?
Yes, I had that option. In fact, initially I thought I must do it in Nigeria. So, but when I emailed my school and asked, I was told that I can leave it and then run it when I get here. But if I want to, I could do it there in Nigeria. But when I come, you have to vet the result and see. If they are not okay with the result I bring in, then I have to redo the test.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Okay, just a follow-up before we wrap up the health insurance issue. Somebody say, okay, this is good. No, I mean, so one can be allowed to do, yeah, for sure. He says so you can be allowed to do the medicals when you land, not from Nigeria. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to be in Nigeria, but the price they were giving me, because I had to run immunization and test for tuberculosis. So I was like, if my mom was like, even after spending this money, how sure are you that they will even accept this result? So why not just email the school first and be sure that maybe are you needing it at your point of entry? Is there a place where you have to really present it before you are allowed to pass? It's a particular, yeah. So when I emailed the school, they told me I can just come here and do the health insurance. And I didn't pay for it. My health insurance covered it, the health test. So
you didn't have to pay for that one?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Still on that, somebody is asking, I ask this because one is told is a must, one does it in Nigeria. But we're hearing from the horse's mouth, it's not a must, you would do it in Nigeria before you go. But let me put it out there. If you're talking
And
about
again, most of the persons, because I'm a member of Education USA. So, and we have a WhatsApp group for the members, and most of us didn't have to do it in Nigeria. We did it, yeah, when we go here. So
okay. Yeah, I'll still bring you to talk about that Edu USA. That's one of the things that those on this call will benefit from. And that's another platform they can, use to get their USA dream achieved. It's a support system that you can't afford to miss. Favor was also chatting in the chat. She said, yes, I did my medicals here. Somebody's asking about police extracts. So what I will do, I will just be bringing in some of these questions as we move along. Do you have anything to do with police extract as you?
I think it's Canada and the UK thing, I guess. Because I know, yeah, when my brother was leaving the country, he did something that's to it. That's police. Is it extract or police report? I don't know.
Yeah, police clearance certificate, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, you do have to do it.
No.
Okay. Yeah, for migration to Canada, you must do it. It's a must. You must do the police clearance, whatever. I think I've done that in like 3 times. Because it expires every 6 months. So if along the line you have any need to do it, you still have to repeat that. But the thing is, once they have because you have to give them your fingerprints, the left and the right. So once they have it in their system, you don't need to go thumbprinting every particular point in time. But for sure, you need to pay that money again and again and again. So for US, she said she didn't have to do it, but for mine, during my Canada journey, I had to do it. Even while I was still here, there was something I needed to do. I had to still go and do mine, because anytime they want to verify your address and they say, give us a history of where you lived 5 or 6 years before, definitely Nigeria will come into my journey, and I have to now provide that evidence that I wasn't a criminal back home. Okay, all right. Now I would like to ask, Favor, somebody is saying, carry me along. Go. You're in Nigeria, how will she carry you? She's giving you knowledge that will carry you along now. So listen carefully. Thanks for that. So I would like to know, given your class of visa, because like we said rightly, we need funds. Are you allowed to work 2 ways now? Let me say, are you allowed to work? If yes, where? Is this visa you have now permitting you to work? I repeat, are you allowed to work at all? If yes, where? Can you work off campus as well?
Okay. With an F1 visa, if you have your PhD or even your master's, the first question, yes, you are allowed to work.
Okay.
But if you are a fully funded person, if you are being funded by your department, by whatever means, you will have, like me now, I'm being funded by my department. So I am only allowed to work for 20 hours. In fact, as a student, I'm allowed to work for 20 hours. So as PhD, I am allowed to, I can only work in my department because my department is already funding me for that 20 hours. So I'm working as a PA.
Okay, right.
Yes. But then if you are not funded, maybe probably a master's student, or for any reason you have partial funding, you're allowed to work in the school. You can't work outside the school.
Okay.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's until, for my skills, until you start working, you've gotten a placement that you can actually access your SSN.
So what's that SSN?
Your social security number. Yes.
Okay.
So if you start working, you can easily just get your appointment letter from whoever that has employed you. Then you can go to SSN and get your SSN. But if you're not working yet, you will not be able to get the SSN. So you're allowed to, but you can't work outside of the school. It's illegal, except you want to, yes, you want to jeopardize your visa. And you can't work, you cannot exceed the 20 hours. You cannot say, I have enough time. Let me go and check if one restaurant or one place. If you are caught, you are going back to Nigeria. Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, if you are fully funded, why do you need to suffer yourself to do extra work? Yeah, enjoy the free money, quote. Then after you're done and your record is clean, you can get something better. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I know I keep thinking of talking about Canada, but let's shelf it. We are talking about US now. Okay, for sure, I got it clearly. So if you guys have any clarification on that, put that same in the chat box and we'll get to that. Favor, any additional? Let me see. Okay, somebody is asking, does the funding take care of your salary, your upkeep? Let me say your stipend.
Yes, the stipend, it depends on how you decide. Like what my stipend is 2,250. Then by the time they take the tax, I am getting around 1,950.
Okay.
And
That
here in
is-
Rolla, cost of living is very cheap in Rolla. That is my school, Missouri.
Yeah.
So you can get an accommodation a month for 500, including utilities.
I like that.
So if you
thing,
have
including
500,
utility. I don't like. Okay, let me leave that.
because you can get an apartment and then you still have to pay for utilities separately.
Correct.
So,
yeah, those are the secrets. Go for with utilities, you'll be fine.
Yeah. If you go without utility during winter like this, your utility bill might be something else.
Crazy. Yeah.
So then you have like 1/4 left. The 1/4 you could now use it. You have to draft out some for your insurance, and then whatever you want to use the remaining one for.
Yeah.
And food. Yeah. And basically for a month, if you are not the type that like eating out, if you cook at home, I don't think you should exceed $200 to $300 per month on feeding. Except you're the type that wants to go out to eat every day, you don't want to cook at home. Yeah. So if you are cooking, you should be within the $200 meals a month or 300 max.
Amazing.
So yeah, the stipend they pay covers your living expenses. And for some persons, they still have enough to even build houses in Nigeria. So
yeah, thank you for saying that, because somebody is also asking.
And then again, like in my school here, we don't have. It's a small town, so we don't even have public transport. So all the PhD students, as from their second year, they have a car, and it's from this stipend that they are all getting the cars. So
even cars abroad are not luxury. Okay.
Yes.
Once you have a basic source of income, exactly. It's for comfort. You should have a car, and you can afford a car. And I'm not talking about cars that are more than five years ago. If you want to drive a brand new car as a PhD student, you can do it.
You can, yeah.
Tear rubber. Now you go commode the rubber. You can.
But I feel that money is enough. It is. Yeah. At least for a PhD student, you are a student. Yes, you are coming in as a student. Do not have the mindset that you are coming in as a worker. You are coming as a student. So you have to have that mindset that you are a student. Well, if you overdo it, the money will not be enough for you. That's it.
That's correct. That's correct. Thank you so much, Amarachi. Just as a follow-up to that, I just want to get everything clarified. Now, you talked about 20 hours a week, okay? During my own time in Winnipeg, my salary, in quote, came from my teaching responsibilities and also from the grants from the professor. So it's a combination, because the contract will say how much they're going to give you monthly. Okay, so if you do your TA and you get 50% of that amount, he will augment it from his own purse and pay you. Now, I want to know, in your case, is it the 20 hours, is it part of it or is it different? Can I still get my stipend and all that and still get that 20 hours that I work as an extra?
Your stipend is for your 20 hours, and here it comes from the department. But during summer, your professor will fund you for the 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So it's part of it.
That is what it is.
Okay, it's not an extra money that I'm working 20 hours and being paid extra.
No.
Yeah. Because in the chat, somebody is already thinking of building a house in Nigeria with extra 20 hours. Okay. Okay, thank you, Chidi, for that. We ask from experience so that those of us with expectations will know. Okay. All right. So it's here for this issue of stipend and what it will cover. I want to just attend to the questions in the comment box before I go to my own questions. So he is also saying your house rent can take care of your accommodation. I'm sorry. I think it's disjointed. But okay, I will leave you to go and do that math. He's saying so you can save $1,000 monthly. Then do your 20 do your 20 hours weekly. Okay, I'll leave you to go and do that math by yourself. But to be sure, definitely, if you are not like the person who does it, like she said, if you like to do your cooking at home, you will save a whole lot. And your savings, nobody is taking it from you. It's your money. Whatever you do,
Yeah.
if it's not enough, it's your own cup of tea. If it's overly enough, it's your gain.
Exactly.
So you have this fixed amount that they're giving you monthly. How you manage it is dependent on you. Okay, thank you very much. Person go Tom Chef, your savings is important for sure. During my time in Winnipeg, I think that was when I had to do a lot of cooking because it saves you a lot. You can cook on weekends throughout the week. You're not telling anybody, please buy for me or whatever. You are good. So that's
Yeah,
how to do it.
my own cooking self. If I cook on a weekend, it takes me for 2 weeks.
How to just look at this. So, but that is how to go around these things. Thank you so much for this. Okay. Another question is here saying, let me go to the very top. Okay, we've talked about this, the courses you have in mechanical engineering, and you suggested that he should go to your school's website and look
Yes.
it up, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We have amazing departments here. He should check.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay, while I look for what is related to what we are discussing now, I would like to know, aside the TA, which I know is based on the availability in these departments, what are other options? Maybe what are other funding opportunities one can get? Let's say I'm looking at a school now and they tell me, okay, we don't have a TA position. What are other funding opportunities somebody can explore? Do you know if any that comes to heart?
For my school, it depends. Each of the schools, if you go to their websites and click on funding, you will definitely see the means. So when I was coming in, apart from the TA, they had this Kuma fellowship.
Okay.
That it's an extra funding that even as I have gotten my TA, if I had been picked as a candidate, I would still be getting stipends from them added to what I already have.
Wow, so double now.
Yeah, no, sorry, no, that one, the fellowship money doesn't come, it comes per semester. At the beginning of the semester, they're just pushing money to you and you're just enjoying yourself.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You would have told me, I would have, fasted for you to get it.
The professor I was in touch with when I was up, because a professor has to appoint you, has to let them know that he sees you as a good fit. So I keep telling me that the money I'll make from my teaching assistant is enough for me, that I should just let go of the Kuma fellowship. So even though I did all the application, I wrote all their essays and all, he did not submit the application for me. So
because you need the support of your what's it called, your professor to go for it. Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. Favor is also saying there are
other fellowships and other fundings.
Yeah. So that brings me to what Favor sent. She said there are RAs and scholarships and fellowship. But what I would like to advise people, any school that you are looking at, there is something on their website pertaining to funding. Go on that website, go to that section, you will see a lot of them. Yeah. Some professors might have their own personal grants that they can share with you, but if it's not there, there are other means that are listed in those websites that you can explore. Now, Coming to your application, we have talked about schools, what they offer, and all that. Now, I know some people that have attended my section before, they are now applying to schools and things like that. Now, during your application, did you experience any external support from any agency or something like that? As somebody on this call can maybe from Monday start reaching out to them for support and things like that? Or did you do everything solely by yourself?
Okay, I had support from friends. I will start with friends, yeah, because it was actually a friend that told me about the whole US journey, that it was possible to leave the country and study. And I was like, PhD direct? She said, yes, cheesy.
Okay.
So she introduced me to Education USA. Usually every year, Education USA sends out links asking prospective students that would want to study in the US to go to the link and register. What they do is they coach you. Yes. They coach you and they want you to be able to migrate successfully. So at the end of that registration, there are different fields that you have to fill. And it has to do with you. You have to submit your transcripts, you have to submit an SOP, you have to submit so many other write-ups. They then will now select from their own criteria the people they feel is the best among the persons that have actually applied.
Okay.
So after as you have applied using the application link, you are already a member of Education USA.
Okay.
Then if they feel that you are the best among those that have applied, you will now be moved to what they call Opportunity Fund programs. Yes. So in that Opportunity Fund programs, it's for indigents that don't have money. You want to travel out, but maybe you are working a salary of 40,000 in a month. You don't have the means, but you have the brain. They see your CV, they see your CCGP, it's high. So they'll bring you guys into another different, now you are in two WhatsApp group. You are in Education USA WhatsApp group. You are in Education USA OFP WhatsApp group. So what they do is they start to train you. They start giving you materials, GRA materials, they encourage you to read them. So because they want you, they just don't want you to just go and say, I want to try. I don't want to write exam. I just want to try. If you are there, they want you to have the maximum opportunities that's out there, not to be limited. So when they feel it's time for you to start registering for GRA, they will encourage you to register. Now, if you don't have money to register and you reach out to one of the advisors, I don't have money, I want to register. They will bring you into their office. If you are around, the Education USA has an office in Abuja that I know of, and then in Lagos. But most persons that are Education USA beneficiaries are not even in Abuja.
Yeah.
So what they do now is that maybe they'll give you a mock exam for that GRA and see what your score will look like. So I don't waste their money on you.
Right.
So if you are good, you can go ahead and register for your exams for you. You pass your exam. There in that group, they supply you with schools that you could register. Schools, because like as of, I think last month, right? They had a program, either last month or last 2 months. They had a program in Abuja where schools in the US here had to come down to Abuja to advertise their schools.
Yeah, they do that, yeah.
Yeah, so they expose you to those chances, those opportunities. If you get your admission and you still don't have money, they will fund you for your visa processing. They will coach you for the visa processing and pay for your flight ticket. I mean, people in the OFP group now, they'll pay for your service fee, pay for your visa fee, pay for your flights until they are sure. In fact, they gave me, I have a school bag from Education USA. I have a jacket from Education USA. They'll just want to make sure that you get here safe and they'll keep checking up on you. Amazing. And it's free. You don't have to refund.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That was my follow-up question. How much do you have to pay for you to benefit from all these? But now
I did not pay.
Just be available and prove
Just
yourself.
be available. Yes.
Because
Prove that
nothing.
you are worth spending on. Yeah. And then if you are not a member, maybe you didn't have access to the link, you could equally email them. Maybe I'll send you the email address later. You could email them asking them that you want to become a member of Education USA. If you have a strong proposal, you're a good SOP, they'll send you a link, a good CV, a good CGP. They could just include it to their group. They are always willing to. I was a member of Education USA Abuja, not Lagos. So I don't know the advisors from Lagos, but the ones in Abuja, they are amazing. And they have both undergrads and graduates.
Amazing.
Yeah, so
Amazing
maybe
stuff.
you have maybe a younger sister, a younger brother that wants he or she to go further undergrad in the US. They are ready to advise you free of charge. It's their work. They are being paid to be advisors, and they do it with. They're not grumbling about it, and they're not doing this one is my brother, let me take him because he's my brother or something. No, it's fair. So that was how I became a member of Education USA, OFP member, and they sponsored my trip down here. And apart from that, too, because they have been in existence, if you have issue, maybe you are coming to this school and you feel, I don't know anybody here, they could check their database and see if they have a student that is already here that could house you and keep you for a few months or a few days before you're able to find yourself.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. It's interesting. I think this is the icing on the cake. A lot of people are just, somebody is saying, where have I been? You've been in Nigeria. Amazing. Thank you so much, Favor. Now, I'm sorry, Amarachi. Favor in the chat is also concurring to what you're saying. She's saying, yeah, it's Edu USA. I didn't have a direct contact with them during my applications, but I worked with a friend who was one of them. They really helped me. So there are other organizations like Academic Scholars for Rome. It was just like the Guided Dreams. I didn't pay anything too. So some of the things we get for free, we might not really know the values.
That was just the case with me, right? I wrote their exams, what millions of persons. Okay, after the applications, yeah, right? It's not just your CV and your transcripts. You write an exam, English and maths exam. So after that is when they can pick those ones they want to OFP. So I was among those that was picked for the OFP in the year 2020. And because I did not struggle for it, in fact, the day of the exam, I was in church and then I saw it was time. I just had to step outside and try and do the math and English and just right? So when I saw myself in the group, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what I had. I had a treasure in my hand without knowing how important it was. So I was in the group, I was seeing the messages, the encouragement. The lady had to call me, and Shadi had to call me herself and say, Amarachi, this COVID is making people get admission in chemistry as fast as. Try and apply this. Even if you don't want to write any exam, you will get it. I said, this woman, if only you know that I'm not even ready. I don't understand what people are saying in this group. So I ignored it. So it was later on, as of last year, that I now had to call her. She said, Amarachi, you are very unserious. Don't try calling my number. But she's a nice mother. I had to keep calling her, chatting her. And before you know, she was like, well, what can I do? She added me back to the group. And then I got the benefits.
Wow.
So you can imagine I left. She had to remove me from the group at the end of 2020 because I wasn't serious. But because I had her number, and again, I was equally in Abuja, I had to track her down, try and find her, talk to her in person, beg her. Then she added me back. Amazing. So sometimes what we get for free, we may think I beg, I don't even, like most persons in this webinar, I will be like, I don't know what this we're talking about. This thing is just like it. I don't think it's real. It's real. That's why I keep saying this from the first webinar. Don't be like Amarachi, be like Favor.
Interesting. Very interesting. These are issues that we face every day. Some people will come to you, you now tell them, okay, this is what you need to do to get these things done. They will be like, I don't have the time, but still I still need it. I don't know how to wrap my head around it. It depends on, nobody has any time, but you create out time for what you feel is important. That
Exactly.
same person that doesn't have the time will spend more than, who knows, hours on social media, whiling away your time and all that. But the issue is what you prioritize in life, what you pay attention to in life has a way of yielding. Okay. So it's until you call something that is important, you create out time for it and you go for it.
And then
Now,
some persons we want you to baby feed them. Me then I was feeling that she's
yeah,
giving me the information I needed, but I expected her to lead me every step of the way.
yeah.
But
I'll try.
if you get PhD here and you are doing PhD, you don't even have time for anybody. So if you even have time to put a call across to someone and say, try this, that person has done you a big favor.
A big
So
favor,
she
yeah.
will not ignore me. Then the next year, when she feel that period of writing GRA is closed, she will just send another message on WhatsApp, Amarachi, try and do this thing. And that is it. I will not hear from her again. So if you feel you want someone that will baby feed you every step of the way, it will take time. I don't think anyone doing PhD here will have that time because it's not
It's tasking,
tasking.
And that is why I keep thanking you guys for sparing these hours to come and give out from your own experience, share with people, give out this, unquantifiable amount of knowledge. He's amazing. He's amazing. But it's only God that can pay back. Okay. So thanks for doing this, Amarachi and Favor. TZ was one of that people who have given recommendation letters and they are where they are today. Even the husband too. The husband too also giving recommendation letter. He's now in the US. And so these are people I will along the line bring on board again for them to share their experiences. Our journeys might be different, but there are commonalities in our journeys. So in the comment section, somebody is saying, oh, Favor is also concurring. Yes, Edu USA Abuja is the best. And that reminds me, most of you guys that went through this Edu USA, somehow went through the one in Abuja. I'm not so sure the one in Lagos, but Edu USA Abuja, for those that went through it, they've been kind of commending those guys. Then somebody is asking, how do I become part of it? I think you've answered this question. Somebody said, how do I become part of Edu USA? I think you've answered this already. So we'll move on to other questions that we'll have here. So this person is saying, I had BSc since 2005. What do I do with my qualifications? To be frank, based on my little experience I have, if you can have an explanation for that gap, you finished your BSc in 2005, and maybe you've been working exactly. Maybe you've been working over the years, and now you want to do a PhD. Yes, you can give it a shot, but you must justify. What have you been doing in between? Have you been undergoing maybe trainings or maybe study somewhere, or you were working in a field that is related or something like that? But there must be a justification for that gap. 2005 to 2023 is about 18 years. So for that 18 years, what has your life been all about? You must justify that gap for it to stand. But the issue is there's no degree that you have today that cannot fetch you a higher degree. It is your degree, it is your degree. It doesn't fade away with time. PhD programs and things like that, masters, there's no limitation to what you can get, but you need to explain in between what have you been doing with that number of years that you have. Okay. Any addition to this, Amarachi?
No.
Okay.
You just have to be able to tell what you have been doing.
That's it.
Yeah.
Justify that gap in between.
Justify it, yeah.
Somebody, as a follow-up to this question, somebody is saying with MBBS 2012, been working as a medical, okay, the beginning of, I have a question. I have a BSc in biochemistry. I have an MBBS in medicine and surgery. Can I benefit from this program? What do you think, Amarachi?
Yes, he can.
Okay.
He can. Yeah. He should just look out for schools. that'll have the program that he wants, and he or she, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Chidi, you've heard that you can actually benefit from this. I want to skip any question from participant. Let me go back. Somebody is saying, what is the school's website? Because I saw lots of schools in Missouri.
The name of my school is Missouri University of Science and Technology. We have Missouri State University. We have St. Louis University. Here in Missouri, we have more than 5 universities. There is Washington University. So you just have to know what you want. Yeah, schools. All the states has numerous schools. It's not like in our own side that you probably have 1 or 2 in a state.
Absolutely.
But mine is MST.
Okay. I think if he or she Googles, he will be able to find the exact link to your school, right? Maybe he or she will be your neighbor. Okay. So somebody is saying, Amarachi, carry me along. Amarachi, carry me along. That's fine. Okay. Still on the chat before I ask 1 or 2 and we wrap it up. Like I promised, I won't take you guys beyond the 1 hour we talked about. Okay. When searching for schools, postgraduate, you will see MSc and PhD. So one should go on and click the PhD column. Is that correct, please?
Very correct. If you want PhD, of course.
That's it. It's as simple as that. Just choose the PhD program and apply. Okay. We've talked about this. Can I be part of Education USA? Okay, you've answered this. Can I be part of Education USA with my qualification? That's the guy that did BSc Biochemistry and then BBS 2012. I think yes.
But like I said, the OFP, it's not for everybody. They have to know that you don't have the money. You can't do it. You are not capable to do that. Yes, because if it sense anything that tells them that you are hiding the fund, you'll be denied.
Okay, let's say jokingly now, for somebody practicing medicine for 2012 to now is 11 years. Do you think he or she has a fund?
Of course.
Okay, I'll stop there. But not to discourage you, you can actually give it a shot, right?
You can be a member of Education USA and be guided, like guided dreams, right? But then you don't expect them to fund you when you have money.
The funding is what we are talking about.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Favor is saying, I was not part of OFP. I just emailed them and they took me in. Yes. Yeah. And they took me in even after I've gotten admissions. Auntie SYZ, I won't mention the name, was the best. She did mock visa interview before my interview date. Those are the things.
Yes, they do mock visa interview for you. I equally had mock. In fact, if you want it online, it's available. If you want it in person, me, I was in Abuja, so I went for a in-person mock interview. So that you don't go that day and you are scared, you are fidgeting. They will tell you these people need you. That is why they gave you this admission. Just go there confidently and just get your visa and come out.
Absolutely. I keep telling people, all the visas I've acquired in this life, I didn't go through any agent to pay. And you're hearing these guys, they didn't pay any agent. Rather, they channel their energy through an existing agency who even funded their journey. So these things are out there for us to benefit from. Now, this friend is saying, Lagos idea. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They have Edu USA in Lagos too.
Yeah, they have Edu USA in Lagos.
Yeah, so you can go and, liaise with them. Okay, thank you, Favor. You already dropped their email, so I'll share this right away with everybody. So you can email
them.
You can
if you don't get a response, because they get emails often every 3 days, email again until you get a response. Don't give up. Yeah.
And that's another thing. Know what you're emailing. And know how to email and what you're emailing. Okay, can one get the link to the Abuja Edu USA? Yeah, I've posted the email address already. Please send in the school website. Which of the schools? She has already explained how you go about it. But if you can be precise and she can easily do it now, she can do it. Can one have the link to the Edu USA Abuja? I've already shared their email. So you can do that. No funds as a doctor. I don't really know my brother. Yeah. It's personal. And somebody sent a screenshot. Applications opens on April 15 and closes May 31st every year. So there's an application window for this, right, guys?
Yes, for Education USA, right? That is
Yes.
what I said. I usually send out link every year, right? But
Absolutely.
if you don't go in through the link, you cannot email them. That is why the email address is being given. You can email them to include you.
Okay.
But if you feel you are not ready yet, you could just wait and wait for the application and wait for the application window, and then through the application you become a member. You don't need an email when you go through their link.
Okay, please, just to help clarify some of this issue about Edu USA. What are the things I need to get ready? Let's say, for example, I'm waiting for that April window. You said it before, but please repeat it again. What are the things I need to get ready towards April, for example?
Okay, you need your transcripts, you need your SOP, you need your CV.
Okay. Transcript from your school, SOP, you write that, find someone to proofread that for you. And you need your resume as well.
Resume, yeah.
Okay. So for the resume and SOP, if you still find it difficult, you can reach out to us Guided Dreams who can help you to figure out that. But NACT is not for free. Those are paid services you have to now go into right now. If I can get necessary support right from school choice, etc., from Edu USA, one can source of a blah for. Okay.
Yeah, you can get all of that
fine.
from it.
Yeah. Okay, he's saying good question. Okay, I think that's all for what I have in the chat section. And because I don't want to exceed our time as last week, I would like to hear Favor. Your network is still somehow. So Amarachi, what are your last words for our guys here? Now, before your last words, there's something we discussed before. Somebody is saying, I think I missed that. Hope not after studying, I'll carry my bag and return back home. Is there an opportunity to stay back and maybe process your work permit and continue your life there? To the best of your ability, do you have an idea? Have you seen people who did that and things? Is it possible? Or once I'm done, I will take my bag and go back home?
Well, when you are going to the VO, the visa officer, you told him that you are coming back to your alma mater, you are coming back to your country to come and become a better person. So I don't see any reason why you shouldn't.
But we know that there is a reason why we shouldn't.
we all agreed that we are coming back, because the first question they were asking is, what is your plan after your PhD? And you are insisting I'm coming back to come and make my country a better place. So yes, absolutely. When you're done, go back and make your country a better place. That's what I have to say for that.
That's correct. That's good. But other things, other things. We'll leave it at that. Favor, can you give us your last words? What is your last word for our people before we end the recording? Encourage them. Some are facing serious challenges. Where to start? If you like, you can summarize. Like we said last time, there are no defined 5 steps to, but you've been through the ropes. You've been through this part. What do you advise? In a nutshell, just say your last words and we'll call it a day.
Okay, I will first of all say that this journey, as far as I'm concerned, is a journey of grace. If you believe in God, pray. Let him know that this is what you want. Help me, and he will. Then put in your efforts. Like they usually say, pray like it's all depend on prayer, and then prepare like it depends on your strength.
Mm.
Then if you have done that, because whatever I'm about to do, I start off with God. Yeah,
Right.
that's me. I don't know for the persons here with us, but I'm telling you now from my own experience. So let him know that this is the journey you want to embark on. And then after that, I feel the first thing you should do is don't think you can do everything in an hour or in a day. Sit down. I want to study in the US. What are the schools in the US? Go there. You can just Google schools in the US. If you're having 2-1, you're having 2-2 schools in the US that accept 2-1. You have a list of schools coming up. Then check these schools. What are their qualifications? Just get a book for this journey. Check the qualification they have. If it's something like me, I knew I was not having money to pay for application fee. So I was not really interested in the location of the school. Even though I was lucky to get a small town where utility and bills are cheaper here, there are towns where you go, you'll be getting a rent for 800, 1,000. But that was what I was interested in is schools that will waive my application fee, that I could actually try without having to pay. Because just like most of you in the comment section, I felt maybe I would not be able to get it. I wouldn't lie. I was scared as well.
Right.
So I felt, why should I pay when I wasn't confident on myself. Most persons pay lots of money for application. If you have the money, pay. But I'm saying that do not just listen to this webinar and leave it. Go to schools that meet your criteria, your CCGP, the application fee, the course you want to go for. When you have gotten that, pin them down, write them somewhere. Then start the application process. At every step, if there are questions you cannot answer, reach out to someone. Go to LinkedIn. There are people that have turned coaches. Most of us, when we get this admission, we turn coaches on LinkedIn. And most of them may have paid, maybe when you go into their inbox, they may be asking you for money. But they will definitely be posting schools that are offering admissions, right? So you could just, even if you feel you are scared, some people will say, I don't want to go and meet a spam website or a fake website that will fraud me. Go to LinkedIn, go to other sources. You will see schools to apply to. One thing is being intentional. I feel whatever you want, you attract it. You see yourself getting the schools. So immediately you start your application. After your application, pray over it. God, I have applied to this school, this school, this school, this school. That is me. Then wait for their response. As you are getting the no, you definitely get a yes.
Absolutely.
That is it. As I get in no's, if it's whether you get no, you definitely get no. But the no should not discourage. One person told me that for every no he got, he applied for another school to replace the no.
Amazing.
So for every no, he had to go out there, look for another school, apply to that school to replace that no, until he got his yes. So do not be discouraged. Do not think it's impossible.
Right.
Just like you have seen it here in Guided Dreams, reach out to us. We could equally help you. You are not alone. There are other people out there that are equally looking out for these opportunities like you. There are people that have already gotten the opportunity. Reach out to them, reach out to us, and why not? You'll be fine. Just start it a step at a time. That's what I can say.
Thank you so very much. Just start it. Start. Just do it. Nike will tell you, just do it. Don't keep calculating. Don't keep dreaming. Just start somewhere.
Don't think of how far it will be. Start somewhere.
Absolutely. Favor is dropping her own final words. She said, US application required, my US application required self-motivation. Be ready to get a lot of no, but trust God and have faith. Don't give up. that boils down to the same thing Amarachi said. You will get no's for sure, but be ready to follow up and do more work until you get that yes. In addition, Favor said, follow instructions during your application. If they say one page, okay, I got it.
Yes.
Follow instructions. If they say one page, submit only one page. I want to draw attention of one of the guys on this call. I hope you heard this. If they say one page, is he still here? Okay, stay here. If they say one page, submit one page. I know why I drew his attention. He likes to write. He writes articles. So most times he will be lost.
The number of words. Do not exceed that number of words as well.
Yeah, so please follow instructions. Somebody is asking, I don't know if you want. He's saying, can we have your LinkedIn contact? If you want, you can share that with me. I will share to everyone in the chat section, if that's okay by you. So thank you very much. In the absence of any other questions, I would like to thank all of you for being here with us tonight. It's been an amazing 2 weeks journey into funded opportunities in US. I believe it was worth the time. It was so good that I had to do a part 2. I've never held any webinar and we had to do a part 2. And we did that within 2 weeks. So thank you so much, everybody. Okay, thank you. They're saying thank you in the chat section. Absolutely worth it. So show us love by following us. In the WhatsApp with over 100 people, but in our page, we are just having about just 38 followers. That's not too good. If you like something and somebody's giving out value, just follow what we are doing, follow our page, share our information, and we will get back to you guys with more useful information at the end of the day. Thank you guys for being with us this evening. Very much. See you on the flip side.